DEXIS ScanFlow, scanning multiple bytes and adjusting scan orientation. This beginning-level help demo is designed for clinical team members and provides tips to acquire multiple bytes and adjust the orientation of a scan. By the end of this help demo, you should be able to scan multiple bytes and adjust the orientation of a scan. Let's begin with how to scan multiple bytes. The first step is to make sure you have scanned your upper and the lower arches. Then you will have the ability to scan the byte by clicking the buccal byte registration icon. Next, you need to verify the extra byte capture icons can be found at the bottom of your screen. If you don't see these icons for multiple bytes, you can activate this feature through the Preferences menu. Simply click on Menu, select Preferences, and verify the extra byte capture option is enabled. By activating this option, you will have the ability to include extra bytes while scanning. If you do not engage the option, your screen will lack those extra icons at the bottom, and hence you will not have the capability to add extra bytes. I'm going to activate the extra byte capture option, and click Save. Now the icons are visible, and each one of them represents a byte. Once you have successfully taken the normal byte, you can proceed to capture additional bytes. An ideal amount of byte captures includes 2 on the right and 2 on the left. If you wish to customize the byte's name, click the pencil to edit. This can be before or after capturing an extra byte. For this example, I'll click Cancel. I will now capture the normal bytes for the common scan. Depending on your preferences settings, you may or may not hear an audible tone once the upper and lower arches come together successfully. For this example, scanning sound is not enabled. Now that we have our normal byte registration, I'm going to capture an extra byte. I'll click the extra byte 1 icon. This scan is going to be of an open byte using impression material to hold position. Then we can check the different areas that we captured. If we want to edit the byte name, we are now able to do so. I will rename this byte to Open. Select Confirm, and the name is now updated to Open. For the third byte, I'll follow the same process. Similarly, we can change the name of the byte if we want to. For this example, I'll click Cancel. Once you have your byte registrations and have named them as you like, proceed to the Check step and select Refine. Let's now explore the process of adjusting the scan orientation. Here we have a scan which looks slightly off the midline. In cases like this one, if you want to adjust the orientation of your scan, you can engage the rotation option. There is also the option of movement if you click on the triangle. In this case, I'm going to engage the rotation icon. Now the X, Y, and Z axes are available. I'm going to increase the X axis, and the arch is tilting down slowly. The Y is the right-left tilt. You can select plus or minus. Finally, by adjusting the Z-axis, I can turn the scan from the one side to the other, to line up the scan a little straighter with the midline. You can also use the rotation steps, such as 0.1 degree, 0.5 degree, and 1 degree. If we select 0.5, and then select one axis, we can see that the scan is moving faster. If we select 1 degree, the scan moves even faster. Now the scan seems perfectly aligned. I will now leave the scan as is. I adjusted it the way I wanted. If you want, you can increase or decrease the transparency of each arch and adjust the orientation a little bit more if you like. If you want, you can change the transparency of the lower arch as well, and check the orientation again. Once we deselect the orientation button, the scan takes the new baseline. If we click the orientation button again, the axis starts from 0. If we select the movement option, we are able to adjust only the z-axis, and move the scan up and down from the occlusal plane. We have the option to show or hide the occlusal plane, by selecting the toggle switch. We can now select the Quadrant Snapshot button. The Quadrant Snapshot button displays a preview of 5 2D images showing different views of the model. Now that I adjusted the orientation, we can see how everything seems nicely aligned. Click Save to save the Quadrant Snapshot. Now let's explore how the scan will appear for the lab. Navigate to Export. Click the Send tab. Select the lab you prefer. And click Export and Exit. The RX window will display. Ensure all desired options are selected, and add any necessary notes in the comment block. Click Send. Check the applicable boxes for the final preparation check, and click OK. This concludes the DEXIS0010 ScanFlow, scanning multiple bytes and adjusting scan orientation help demo. Thank you for watching. For more information, please visit our website at DEXIS.com.